When you finally wake up to who you really are, the world starts feeling dangerous in ways you never expected. Carl Jung spent decades studying people who went through spiritual awakening, and he discovered something that haunted him for the rest of his life. The awakened person's biggest threat is not ignorance or evil. It's the unconscious envy and shadow projection of everyone around them. Jung documented 5 secrets that spiritually awake individuals must never reveal to anyone. These are not rules about being mysterious or playing games. These are psychological survival strategies based on how the unconscious mind operates in people who have not done their inner work. Today, I will show you the 5 things Jung warned awakened individuals to keep hidden, and why revealing them can destroy everything you have built. Let's start with the most dangerous secret of all. The first thing you must never reveal is your absolute certainty about what you see. When you wake up spiritually, something shifts in your perception. You stop doubting your intuition. You trust what you feel about people, situations, and hidden dynamics. This is not arrogance. This is what Jung called differentiated perception. You have integrated your shadow, developed your intuition, and learned to trust the data your unconscious mind processes. But here's the trap. When you reveal this certainty to others, they experience it as a threat to their own reality. Remember what Jung discovered about shadow projection. People who have not integrated their shadow cannot tolerate someone who trusts their perceptions completely. Your certainty triggers their doubt, and doubt in the unconscious mind quickly transforms into rage. Jung observed that awakened individuals who openly expressed confidence in their perceptions became targets for what he called the righteous judge archetype. Others began attacking them not for being wrong, but for being certain. The accusation is always the same. You don't just change randomly. You change strategically. Jung called this the individuation process. You systematically identify your wounds, integrate your shadow, develop your underdeveloped functions, and build psychological wholeness. This process is not vague. It is precise. You know exactly where you came from, where you are now, and where you are going. You have a map of your own psychological territory that most people never develop. But revealing this map to others is dangerous for a specific reason. When people see that you have a plan for your own transformation, they realize they can no longer control you. And control is what unconscious people desperately need from those around them. Think about family systems. Most families are organized around dysfunction. Someone plays the victim, someone plays the rescuer, someone plays the scapegoat. These roles are not random. They are unconscious agreements that keep the family system stable. When you wake up and start integrating your shadow, you stop playing your assigned role. You see the game clearly, and you refuse to participate. This terrifies the family system because your transformation threatens everyone's unconscious agreements. If you reveal your map of transformation, you give others a roadmap for how to sabotage your progress. They will target exactly the areas where you are growing. They will try to pull you back into old patterns at exactly the moments when you are breaking free. Jung observed this pattern repeatedly. Awakened individuals would share their healing journey with family members or close friends, only to find those same people attacking them at their most vulnerable points of transformation. The solution is strategic silence. Do your inner work. Build your map. Transform systematically, but keep your plan private. Let others see the results of your transformation, not the process. This protects your growth from unconscious interference. Remember what Jung said about empaths who finally snap. They had been collecting data on their abusers for years, building their strategic war room in silence. The awakened person's transformation follows the same pattern: silent, systematic, strategic, and completely hidden from those who would try to stop it. The third thing you must never reveal is your boundary for betrayal. When you integrate your shadow, something changes in how you respond to betrayal. Before awakening, you might have tolerated abuse, made excuses for people, or blamed yourself when others hurt you. After awakening, you develop what Jung called selective empathy. You still care deeply, but you no longer sacrifice yourself for people who have shown you their true nature. This boundary is not vengeful. It is not cruel. It is simply clear. You know exact true compassion protects itself. It does not announce its limits to those who would exploit them. Keep your boundary for betrayal completely private. Know exactly what you will and will not accept. But never reveal that knowledge to anyone who might test it. The fourth secret that must remain hidden is your sacred wound. Everyone who wakes up spiritually has been through trauma. Jung called this the compulsion to repeat. Before integration, people unconsciously recreate their original wounds with different people in different situations. They are trapped in cycles they don't understand. But after shadow integration, something transforms. The wound becomes the source of your power. You understand the pattern that once controlled you. You have processed the pain, integrated the lesson, and emerged with wisdom that can heal others. This is beautiful. This is the hero's journey. But revealing your fully processed wound to others is dangerous because it tempts them to pull you back into victimhood. Remember what Jung discovered about archetypes. The eternal victim is a powerful archetypal energy. When people see that you have been wounded but are no longer suffering, they unconsciously try to recruit you back into the victim role. Why? Because your healing threatens their justification for staying wounded. If you reveal your sacred wound to someone still trapped in victim consciousness, they will start treating you like you are still broken. They will refer to your past trauma as if it still defines you. They will offer you pity when you need respect. They will remind you of your pain when you are trying to focus on your power. This is not malicious. This is unconscious. People who have not integrated their own wounds cannot tolerate being around someone who has transformed their suffering into strength. Your healing is a mirror that reflects their choice to stay stuck. Jung observed another danger. Revealing your sacred wound attracts what he called negative synchronicity. New people will enter your life unconsciously playing the exact roles that created your original trauma. It is as if the universe tests whether you have truly integrated the lesson by sending you the same pattern in a new form. When you keep your sacred wound private, you protect yourself from these unconscious reenactments. You can still use your wisdom to help others, but you do it from a place of strength, not from a place of shared suffering. The awakened person knows their wound intimately, but they do not display it to the world. They have transformed it into medicine, and medicine is given strategically to those who are ready to receive it, not broadcast to everyone who asks about your scars. The fifth and final secret you must never reveal is your uncanny perfection. This might sound contradictory, but stay with me. When you do deep shadow work, you develop what Jung called the conscious persona. You understand that the mask you wear in society is just that, a mask. But unlike people who are possessed by their personas, you use yours strategically. You know how to present yourself in ways that make others comfortable. You can read social dynamics and adapt your behavior to different contexts. You are not fake. You are flexible. You have developed psychological sophistication that allows you to navigate the world without sacrificing your authenticity. But here is the danger. If you reveal that you are consciously using your persona as a tool, people will feel manipulated, even though you are not manipulating them. They want to believe that what they see is all of you. They need to believe that your social mask is your real face. When you reveal that you are far more complex than your persona suggests. You trigger anxiety in others. They start questioning everything about you. If you can control how you appear, what else are you hiding? If you can read social dynamics this clearly, what have you seen about me? Jung observed that awakened individuals often developed almost perfect social skills. But this perfection itself became dangerous because it revealed their level of consciousness. People started feeling like they were being studied, analyzed, or secretly judged. The solution is what Jung called hiding your light. You maintain your ability to read people and navigate social complexity, but you deliberately introduce small imperfections into your persona. You let people see you as slightly flawed, slightly awkward, slightly human. This is not dishonesty. This is strategic humility. You are protecting others from their own unconscious reaction to your level of development. You are giving them permission to feel comfortable around you rather than threatened by you. Remember the scapegoat phenomenon Jung documented. Highly developed individuals often became the target of collective shadow projection, simply because their presence revealed the group's hidden dysfunction. By hiding your uncanny perfection, you protect yourself from becoming the repository for everyone else's unintegrated shadow. Now that you understand the 5 secrets, you might be wondering if keeping them hidden makes you manipulative or inauthentic. Jung addressed this directly in his work on individuation. The goal is not to be an open book. The goal is to be psychologically complete while remaining socially functional. Think about it this way. A surgeon does not walk around explaining surgical techniques to everyone they meet. A martial artist does not announce their skill level to every person who approaches them. Power that announces itself loses its effectiveness. The awakened person understands that consciousness itself is threatening to the unconscious world. Not because consciousness is aggressive, but because it reveals what others desperately need to keep hidden. Your certainty reveals their doubt. Your transformation reveals their stagnation. Your boundaries reveal their exploitation. Your healing reveals their victimhood. Your perfection reveals their chaos. You are not responsible for managing other people's unconscious reactions to your growth, but you are responsible for protecting your own psychological development from those who would unconsciously sabotage it. Jung spent decades documenting what happens when awakened individuals reveal too much too soon. They get targeted, isolated, gaslit, and eventually broken by collective forces they never saw coming. Not because they did anything wrong, but because they violated unconscious agreements about what level of consciousness is acceptable in their social environment. The 5 secrets are not about becoming secretive or withdrawn. They are about becoming strategically conscious of what you share and with whom. You can still be authentic. You can still connect deeply with others. You can still use your gifts in service of healing, but you do it wisely. You share your certainty only with those who have earned the right to hear it. You reveal your transformation plan only to those who support your growth. You enforce your boundaries without warning those who would test them. You protect your sacred wound from those who would weaponize it. And you hide your perfection from those who would use it against you. This is not manipulation. This is psychological sovereignty. And sovereignty, Jung understood, requires both power and the wisdom to conceal that power from those who are not ready to respect it. Here is what Jung discovered that changes everything. The awakened person's greatest power is not in what they reveal, but in what they see while revealing nothing. Silence combined with perception creates a psychological force that manipulative people cannot overcome. When you keep these 5 secrets hidden, you become what Jung called the conscious observer. You see everything. You understand the games people play. You recognize shadow projection before it fully forms. But you do not react. You do not defend. You do not reveal what you know. This drives unconscious people insane. They are used to getting reactions. They are used to people defending themselves or trying to convince them of truth. But the awakened person does none of these things. They simply observe, make strategic decisions, and enforce boundaries without explanation. Remember what Jung said about the empath who finally integrates their shadow. They do not become less empathetic. They become perfectly empathetic, which means they are also perfectly strategic. The awakened person operates from the same principle. They are not less conscious. They are conscious enough to know when to reveal their consciousness and when to protect it. If you are spiritually awake, you already know the truth of what I am saying. You have probably already lost relationships, jobs, or opportunities because you revealed too much to people who were not ready to handle your level of awareness. The good news is that you can start protecting these 5 secrets today. Stop announcing your certainty. Hide your transformation plan. Keep your boundaries private. Protect your sacred wound. And conceal your uncanny perfection from those who would use it against you. You are not less authentic when you do this. You are more mature. Because true authenticity is not about revealing everything to everyone. True authenticity is about being fully yourself while skillfully navigating a world that is not yet ready for the level of consciousness you embody. Jung's final insight about awakened individuals gives us the perfect conclusion. He said that consciousness is not a destination, but a responsibility. When you wake up, you become responsible for protecting your own awareness from forces that would try to destroy it. The 5 secrets are your shield. Keep them close. Trust what you see. Transform in silence. Enforce boundaries without warning. Protect your wounds from exploitation. And hide your perfection from those who cannot handle it. This is not about being paranoid or isolated. This is about being wise. Wisdom knows when to speak and when to remain silent. The spiritually awake person has mastered both. If you recognize yourself in Jung's description of the awakened individual, you are part of a rare group that carries consciousness forward for humanity. Share in the comments which of the 5 secrets resonates most deeply with your experience. Your journey connects with others walking the same path. Subscribe for more insights into Jung's discoveries about spiritual awakening and psychological sovereignty. If you are ready to explore more of Jung's insights about navigating an unconscious world while maintaining your own awareness, check out my video on the day the empath snaps, where I reveal Jung's most terrifying case study about what happens when empaths finally integrate their shadow and become psychologically invincible. Thank you for watching. See you in the next dimension.